everyone, and welcome back to Raising Vibrations Astrology. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my perspective on the new moon that's taking place for us here in Virgo, and basically just highlighting to you what I feel is critical, essential, and how the energy patterns from my perspective are actually flowing for us right now. And for me personally, I'm really excited about this this current transition that we're in at the moment. You've heard me over the last maybe 3 videos really go very expansive in some of the material that I have felt inspired to share. And today's video is going to be kind of going back into more of the groundedness and coming back into the more denser material plane that I feel human beings have come to explore and understand. Okay, so let's just really get into that process for us. Now, this is a solar eclipse that's taking place for us. This is the new moon that's merging with the sun and the moon. Of course, they're conjuncting each other, and this is at 8 degrees Virgo when I checked the chart the last. And this is, of course, happening on the 2nd or the 1st of September 2016, right? So a little bit of a Mercury Retrograde thing there. For me personally, what's really sticking out for this new moon and the solar eclipse, okay, are things like understanding the function of Mercury's retrograde pattern, okay? So the context of this entire evolutionary cycle, again, and this is what I was talking about earlier, the mutation of our energetic relationship to ourselves, the opening up and understanding ourselves in more denser and, sorry, not denser, but more illuminating ways in this dense material form, okay? And really getting in touch with what is authentic for us. And by authentic, I mean, what is the right lifestyle for you? What is the right behavioral pattern for you? What gives you flow? What allows you to really be present with yourself and with other people? What gives you the ability to live in a way that allows more of your vision, your uniqueness, your individuality, your ability to represent yourself in this lifetime in the fullest and most eccentric capacity that you could actually bring, without being heavily manipulated and conditioned and emotionally paralyzed by our worldly conditioning that really doesn't have any interest in your survivability. And that's something that's really difficult to accept, and yet at the same time very liberating to honor and to say, okay. And what I mean by that specifically is, for many of us that are living on the planet right now, when you begin to open up your heart and start to feel in an energetic wave, you can see how much darkness is on the planet, okay? And of course, this is a natural process actually for all of us to understand this darkness that's on the planet, because consciousness is evolving through different forms, through different ways. And for us to really get on board with that process is then accepting our relationship to darkness, accepting our awakening process, and understanding the transmutation that is taking place for us. Now, in the context of the astrology at the moment, in terms of how energy is, moving itself through these planetary systems, we have the new moon, as I said, manifesting in Virgo. And up until this point in time, a very large amount of work, emotional integration, Saturnian experiences, Uranian experiences of liberation, they've all been focused on getting to the core of what is the belief system that you use to basically justify your life. That's the beautiful thing about karma in itself. And this is something that Tom Jacobs, an astrologer, has, brought through. And I completely agree with him on this subject. And that is that the nature of karma within yourself is a belief system that you have and that you have attached to yourself through different types of karmic complexes, different types of experiences that you have assimilated in your life, all those types of things, where now you basically validate your existential reality based on what you carry with inside of yourself. And of course, this is the major point of what it means to be spiritually awakening is to understand and destroy that energetic debris that like swirls around you, that keeps you tight and your muscles in tension and in fear. So this core dynamic around mutating the belief systems that we as a human race hold on a collective level, and of course what we have individually within ourselves, is now reshaping and changing and obviously being confronted. And this has been a very tough process for us. And from my point of view, anyone that does actually say to me that this process has been so breezy and easy, either one, you've got an astrology kind of, or a unique configuration in your chart where you've been incredibly blessed. Two, you're deluded. And three, the process hasn't been as purifying as what it can be. And the reason why I say that, and I'm sorry for being so straight with you in that sense, and this is not a judgment, this is just me, putting it out there, that any form of deconstruction within your own process means that you have to deal with your wounds. And the process of confronting these deep, painful experiences and attachments and excuses, etc., has really been at the heart of what has kept us, in other words, our own self-awareness, in our own self-aware prison, okay? And when we begin to look at those things and we begin to see with objective eyes that the liberation that we experience is from our own mind, firstly, and then secondly, from our relationship to what is avoidance of pain, okay? So a lot of this stuff has been needing to be uprooted and really, it's come to the surface. And yet what's beautiful about the process as well is that we've all had this opportunity to shift into a new lane, right? Shift into a new dimension, shift into a new way of being that has been amazing, that has been soul-fulfilling, that has been enriching and colorful, and experiencing yourself as a person that is fully kind of like energetically awake in the multiple spectrums that you can possibly experience yourself as. So that's there, and this is what's kind of been manifesting for us, in slow ways, but has really been brought to the surface right now for us. And for raising vibrations in itself, there's been a lot of work been going on my own personal relationship to what I feel I would like to do with raising vibrations. And for many of you that have been following me over the period of time and watched the process completely and intensely, you have noticed that there's been I've shifted and changed quite a lot, where one moment I feel very certain of something, and then the next moment it's like, nope, that's not the truth. And I kind of have to consistently keep on readjusting. And even now I still have certain feelings of okay, I would like to create a series that is on this. And then 2 days later, I'm I don't have the energy to kind of manifest that excitement. And then it's kind of changed itself, and now it's back to that own process. And then there's the more internal work for me in terms of what I'm really trying to do here, which is to develop my relationship to self-care and to care for others in a way that honors that. So as I jump into this new direction, and the new website for myself is being created at this point in time, and thank you to one of the subscribers that wrote in and had said that they would want to do that. I deeply appreciate your honoring of the work that is here and setting that up. So there's a whole new kind of category of what I would like to do for myself and for you, the subscriber that's really watching this. And there's going to be a lot more engagement coming from me, and I'm going to spend a lot more time actually being in response to everybody versus being a lot more creative creative in my process. I'm going to be creative in a different way, and I feel like that's going to be deep service. And that's actually what this Jupiter in Libra is going to be about for a lot of us. So that's my personal journey, right? That's my personal shifting into a place that is completely new for me, based on a new core belief around myself. And yet this Mercury retrograde, which is what I was talking about when I said I'm coming back to the start here, this Mercury retrograde is bringing us everything back. And it's saying, okay, whoa, slow down. And if there's any sign that's going to force you to slow down, it's Virgo. Okay. Virgo is the archetype that's just going to be like, look, dude, chill out. Yeah, what you think you know, you don't know, and I'm going to force you to realize that through crisis, through emotional paralysis. And it's hilarious when you do actually have people come into your life and kind of like Virgo you, and you just like you're sitting there like twitching, going, "Oh, that sucked." But necessary sort of awakening processes actually manifest from that experience. But and it's awesome because it teaches you true power. Really, it does. So the Mercury retrograde stations, and it's now retrograde at 29 degrees Virgo, and of course it's conjunct Jupiter, and Venus, of course, is now in Libra at this stage, on this recording. So what are we dealing with here, right? With Jupiter moving through Virgo, it's completed its cycle now. It's like, okay, what do we need to do? And it's about completion. It's about like ripping away everything that no longer supports you. But the way that it's working is like this. It's like you're on this new path. You're going along this road, and you're like, I've got this new job. I've started this new business. I'm creating this new website, etc. And it's like, this is who I represent myself. Yay, liberation. And then this kind of Jupiter Mercury conjunction in Virgo retrograde experience comes back with the new moon in Virgo, and it's like screeching halt to almost emotional paralysis, and says, did you realize that now you have to deal with the kind of baggage and backlash of making this parallel shift into this new reality, and not realizing that there's a clean-up crew that needs to come along and make sure that whatever was that whatever you shifted into, whatever you were carrying in the past, needs to be kind of cleared away as well. So one of the examples was a friend that had now got this new job opportunity, and they're working, but their whole life has completely changed. They've got traveling plans that they now need to start integrating into their day. They've got a dog that they now need, that they were looking after, that they could easily look after, but now this job hasn't given them the opportunity to look after the dog. And it's this paralysis of like, oh my God, the past life or old belief system and its kind of debris is still reminding us that there's stuff that we need to purge and clear out and let go, so that when we are on this new kind of parallel line moving forward with our existence, whatever it is that our old existence was about, we're not being held back by those patterns. And it's really fascinating to watch, especially when I looked at different people's lives and how this was manifesting. There was, people had actually sold their car because they started up their business, and now, their roots and their habits and patterns, etc., no longer could be supported anymore because their car was a fundamental aspect of that. And it's like, okay, cool, I've got my new business, but now all of the things that I was currently doing at that stage can't function anymore, right? So it's about functionality. It's about rediscovering the process in you. Sorry, not rediscovering the process, reshifting, reshaping, and just taking the broom for the next month and just going, okay, cool. I'm just sweeping away processes here. And if you truly, truly honor what I'm saying to you right now, if you truly, truly sit back for just like half an hour and understand what I'm talking about right now, you will see that this next month is just going to be about this big process. And at the end of this cycle, at the end of a breath, there's this pause and there's this silence. And in the silence is presence, and in the silence is power, and in the silence is awareness. And it's that moment there that will literally give you the activation, the motivation, the drive, the way in which your new existence, your new way of believing in yourself, the new way that you validate yourself, all that type of stuff is just going to take off. And the funny part about it is that, as we know, it's not really going to take off in the sense that you're moving anywhere, because we're all static, honestly. It's just life coming to us. So we're allowing life to come through us, and as it's coming through us, it's not going like, oh, bumping over here because there's emotional debris there, or bumping over there. It's like, just it's this mad experience. It's just like fluid. It's just like, and you breathe out and your existence is expansion, and you breathe in and you breathe out and existence is expansion. And it's like boundless expansion, which is pretty much how I'm going to be readjusting the way that I work here, transmutation of the soul and boundless expansion, because that's what this is about. And it's about just sweeping away all the debris, getting in touch with the process, and doing the very thing that Mercury and Virgo asks you not, well, let me put it to you this way, not doing the very thing that can be part of this process, which is getting in stuck with your mental concepts and ideas and processes around what is right for you and what is, and getting the mind involved in this next month. Because the moment that the mind is involved in this next month, you're going to be like, should I have done this? Should I, now because Mercury is, the energy is going backwards, it's like, did I do the right thing? Should I? And there's this doubt and there's this sense of, inability to trust yourself and emotional insecurity that comes to the surface. And then all of a sudden you're like, nope, packing it in, that's not the right line for me. And you forget about it. And you just stay present with your own old self-identity that no longer can be supported anymore. And you're in agony going, I want this new direction, but I wasn't brave enough to realize that it was just confusion, doubt, and insecurity that was keeping me from not trusting myself immensely. Okay, so whenever you get into that like confusion, doubt, feeling like I wasn't ready or I didn't do the right thing, etc., just chill out for this month, because it will come to you in that way. And you just kind of go, just keep sweeping. Just keep sweeping, just like watch the dust leave as you see the floor for the first time in yourself, and you go like, wow, I actually look beautiful. So yeah. Yeah, guys, I think that's a really, I feel like I want to end there in that sense. I feel that this message truly landed something here for us, and I'm most certainly going to be, ready to take on this journey in the way of going, okay, right, what's immediate for me right now? So what's immediate for me right now is, just trying to get everything sorted out for the new website, giving the material over, etc., going back to some stuff, reorganizing some stuff, and really getting myself prepared. And for anybody of you that has given birth, okay, you will know of that process, which is called nesting, right? Just the period of time before the baby arrives, you'll know that that's what it is about. And for any of you that hasn't been engaged in what I'm talking about, go check it on the internet. It's called nesting. And it's a period where, the mom decides to kind of, depending on who you are, of course, freak out and go, everything's dirty. We're bringing a newborn into the home and everything needs to be purified and cleaned. And there's this kind of like, from our more judgmental places, we say it's insanity, but really it's actually a beautiful thing where you're cleaning the home in arrival and in honor of something that is so pure in that way. So that's what I would actually basically want to say to you is that there's a purity around your essence that is waiting to be delivered. And what you want to do is go into the nesting period and just kind of sweep out everything and say, welcome my new being. All right, everyone, have an awesome week. I will be sharing with you a Mercury Retrograde video called A New Perspective, and that will be separate to this one, of course, so stay tuned for that. And if there is anything else that you would like me to do for you, please let me know, write it in the comments below, and also share with me some of the thoughts and ideas and your experiences on the comments as well. I love to read them. Part of my new way of working is actually being more attuned to response on those experiences so that everybody feels that you can connect with me. And I really want to be able to connect with you as well. I really want to build this channel in a way that gives you the opportunity to feel like I'm in your life. Whether you want that or not, I don't know. That's a difficult thing for me to say. But yeah, just to basically be able to sit here and say, like I'm going to watch some YouTube, and then if I want to contact Simon, it's not like he's in some distant planetary system over there having access to telecommunications, that I'll be able to like respond to you in live, and it's like, you're present and there's no barriers there. So that's intention for me. I really hope that I can actually deliver it in the way that I idealize it, at least. But yeah. All right, everyone, have a wonderful week. Like I said, take care. Bye-bye.